second tag heavy, third will be Satterley. In your KF2 class, Tom Bodie, your leader. So again, Tom, your leader in the KF2, it'll be Kaleli second, third. Murray Jr. fourth. It will be Chad Maddox in the number 7. Traffic stretching out. Danny Kaleli right now with fast time. He's currently second, overall second in his class. Turns a 38.346 for Danny Kaleli. Boy, Danny closing up that gap. Good little battle now for that KF2 lead as they come down the front stretch. Danny Kaleli going to peek to the inside, backside of it on the entry. Moving up to third now. That'll be Tom Murray Jr. There's your top 3 KF2 drivers that come off that final turn, number 8. They'll work down the front stretch. And kind of a different line for both these drivers that come into turn number 1. Bodie boy Tom running the high side. And again, Danny Kaleli trying to run the center of the track. But again, Danny Kaleli unable to gain any ground on your leader. For the top 3 KF2, it'll be Bodie, Kaleli, Tom Murray Jr. In your tag heavy, it'll be Michael Sachs, your leader. Satterley second, Pinkston third, Holland fourth, Lander fifth, Soto sixth, seventh it'll be Metcalf. Again, those are your tag heavy drivers. Close it in on the halfway point this time by 6 down, 6 to go. Great battle off that final turn. Here they come into turn number 1. Tom Bodie the leader, Kaleli, and Tom Murray Jr. top 3 drivers. Again, those are your KF2 drivers into the tree turn. Michael Sachs has led every single lap so far in the heavy class as he comes off the tree turn. So 6 laps down, 6 to go.
All right, so Billy, the only break will be a national anthem.
Again, Danny Kaleli, you see them running that different line. Danny got to get right inside now. Going to the inside, Tom Murray Jr. goes up high, watches Kaleli now as Danny will drop back to third. So Tom Murray Jr. moves into that second spot. Danny Kaleli will drop back to third. So they'll head to that hairpin turn. Which is Chad Maddox apparently dropping a chain there.
I don't know if you see a chain somewhere on the track, like you just drop a chain or something.
So 8 laps complete, working on the final 4 laps. Here comes your leaders now as they'll come off that final turn. They'll work down the front stretch.
Should go next time out here.
So again, that was Tom Murray Jr. again losing that chain. So that was the 79. Tom Murray Jr. will correct that. It was not Maddox who lost the chain. It'll be Tom Murray Jr. Tom of the 79. You see him parked off turn 3. Really trying to work on that chain. There's Maddox now. He's coming into turn number 2. So Tom Bodie now, Danny Kaleli, a 2-kart shootout for that top position in your KF2. Want to give a shout out, George Metcalf. Jim Glick again, those 2 guys working together, getting a good job out there. George making his way around.
Saturday's down, turn
Now, problem with Satterley, that car's going to shut down. So Lewis Satterley dropping out in the 61. That's one of your tag heavy drivers. He was running second here with 2 to go. So problem with Satterley as he drops out off of turn number 3. So we'll pick up the white flag this time by. So Tom Odie starting to break away this time by. Galelli running second in the 11. That'll be Michael Sachs, tag heavy driver. He has gone wire to wire. In the tag heavy class, nobody around Sachs. Pinkston second, your tag heavy. Howland third. Lander fourth. Fifth, it'll be Soto. Again, Danny Galelli really trying to work on your race leader. Tom Bodie, but Tom's held them off, and he'll cycle around. So we'll see the checker flag as those drivers now work their way through the chicane. So here he comes, your KF2 winner. Tom Bodie will pick up the win. Danny Galelli coming home second. Michael Sachs, your tag heavy winner. Rotex Jr. needs to the grid for your final. That'll be Rotex Jr. needs to the grid for your final. Kit cards. You are free grid. Bring them up, kit cards. Need Rotex Jr. to the grid. So your last group for the pre-finals, again, it'll be your Yamaha Sportsman, Jason Yarborough. Jason got a couple poles today. Did not have a lot of success in his early race, but we'll see if he can turn it around here. In your Yamaha Sportsman, he's on the pole. 70 Pinto outside row 1. Simon Sykes, Vincenzo Saraceno will be in row number 2 on the outside. Jordan Fowler in the 70. Tyler Jordan will be scheduled out in the number 9.
Yeah, I had it in earlier.
Our last group for the pre-finals here this afternoon. We'll get ready to roll into our finals. We'll kick that off with our kid cards. They'll start us off in the finals. They'll be followed by Rotex Jr., Tag, Yamaha Jr., Easy Kart 100, Cadet Sportsman, Shifters, Tag Heavy, and Yamaha Sportsman still to come here this afternoon. The Ocala Grand Prix of the Florida Kearney Championship Series, race number 3, halfway through it. Yeah, next month will be at Monticello, up there in the northern part of Florida for race number 4. About ready to go. Couple carts being cleared from the track.
This is scoring. That is a negative. He did not. But it also looked like he broke coming off the last turn. It was slow coming down.
So to get the engines fired up, Yamaha Sportsman coming out of Jacksonville in the 24, Jason Yarborough. Jason starting today as your points leader in the Yamaha Sportsman class. Back-to-back wins. Picked up the victory down at Homestead and got the victory at Anderson Race Park. So again, Jason Yarborough on that pole position, Yamaha Sportsman. And I want to thank the folks at TS Racing. Again, tsracing.com for all of your racing needs. Visit them online at tsracing.com. That's tsracing.com. Of course, want to talk about the Mazda Road to Indies County Combine Prize. The Mazda Road to Indies County Combine will be held on November 28th through the 30th at the Anderson Race Park in Palmetto, Florida. They give a top driver from grassroots racing series such as the World Karting Association, Superkarts, USA International Karting Federation, and a whole bunch more. Getting the USF 2000 car, give them the opportunity to test that car. One driver will be selected. Entry to race in the St. Petersburg rounds of the USF 2000 National Championship in 2012. Again, those drivers ages 15 to 21 at classes Tag and Road Tech Senior will have that opportunity to get a shot at the Mazda Road to Indies County Combine Prize. Kind of a great setup. Give those drivers an opportunity and really gain some ground, get some notoriety there as the St. Pete Grand Prix wrapped up last weekend down there in St. Petersburg, but they'll be back in 2012. Opportunity for those drivers in those two classes to get together and maybe get a shot at a ride in one of those cars. And they are something to see in a great race facility down there in St. Pete as they turn the streets down there into a race facility. Some great racing down there in St. Petersburg as the IZOD IRL underway for the 2011 season. So we're ready to go, wrapping up our last pre-final of the afternoon. This is our Yamaha Sportsman. Jason Yarborough, 7 to Pinto. How about that, row number 1? They're looking to go green. They got it as they come into turn number 1. And that number 22 machine of Simon Sykes going to stay right there with traffic. And he's going to go side by side as he enters into turn number 3. Turn 4, the tree turn. They'll go single file. So a good little battle there. Jason Yarborough, 7 to Pinto. Simon Sykes, 1, 2, 3 as they come off the hairpin turn. Top 5 carts are pretty well nose to tail. So working on our Yamaha Sportsman class, sponsored by TS Racing. Traffic cycles around as they come down the front stretch for a second lap. Jason Yarborough, your leader. Simon Sykes, second. 7 to Pinto will drop back into third. So a little flip-flop as they come down the front stretch. As Simon Sykes now second, 7 to Pinto third. Seeing a gap now between that third place car to 7 to Pinto and the number 9 machine of Tyler Jordan. See that separation as they come off of turn number 6. They'll head in that little run to turn 7, and then they'll come off turn 7. They'll look into that chicane. They'll come through the chicane. Race leader Jason Yarborough. Jason coming off a rough run here, just his first pre-final of the afternoon. Now he's got a good battle side by side as Simon Sykes got a challenge for the lead. He'll take it away off of turn number 1. Simon Sykes, your leader. So Jason Yarborough will watch Sykes come by, your second different leader here with 3 laps complete. Simon Sykes turning a 41.917. And that's quicker than they did this morning in qualifying. Simon Sykes qualified with a 42.750. And he's the only driver now in that 41-second bracket. 41.917 for Simon Sykes. Now Simon Sykes with Jason Yarborough on his heels. They'll come down the front stretch. Jason Yarborough, a little tap there as they come into turn number 1. They're still pretty well nose to tail. 7 to Pinto, about 9/10 of a second out of that top spot. As he drops back in third place. Now it's just a 2-cart breakaway, and they come into that hairpin turn. Jason Yarborough running the exact same line as your leader. As they hit to the top of the hairpin, they'll come down the hairpin, off the hairpin, and now they're working at turn number 6. Sykes and Yarborough heading to turn 7. Running fourth is Jordan. He's right now 1.8 seconds onto the top spot. Here comes your leaders down the front stretch. 5 laps complete now as they head down into turn number 1. Jason Yarborough about a cart length behind your leader on the exit of turn number 2. They'll stay that way into turn number 3. Still a cart length as they work in the tree turn. That'll be turn 4. They'll enter that turn 5. They'll make that right-hand turn. They'll head through that sweeping hairpin. They'll come off the hairpin. A cart length going to separate first and second. They'll come into turn 6. They'll stay that way. A little short run between turn 6 and 7. They'll come off turn 7 through the chicane. Race leader, Simon Sykes. And Simon starting 3rd. So 6 down, 6 to go. Simon Sykes heads into turn number 1 with a 7/10 of a second lead over Jason Yarborough, your early leader. And Simon Sykes turned fast time in lap number 4, 41.877. Well, Simon Sykes really got that kart motored right along. And your TSRacing.com Yamaha Sportsman. Simon Sykes making his second start here in 2011. Made the first start down in Homestead. Young man had a second place finish. Did not race at Anderson. Right now he's in command here in the pre-final. All of a sudden, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, they are tightening up now. Here comes Seve DePinto. Seve got a challenge off turn number 2. Goes up to the inside of Yarborough. Yarborough going to have just enough mustard to get around. And he stays in 2nd. So Jason Yarborough under the gun now. He's got the 14 of Seve DePinto right behind him. They continue to go nose to tail. Jordan running 4th. 70 going to retire that cart. That'll be Fowler. Well, look at Simon Sykes. He don't want anything to do with that melee behind him as he breaks away. 3-car shootout for that second spot. Jason Yarborough with traffic coming to the inside. Jason going to lose at least 1 spot, maybe 2, off of turn number 1. And he'll watch as Seve DePinto and Jordan come by. So Seve DePinto 2nd, Jordan 3rd, Yarborough going to drop back to 4th. How about that? Good run for Tyler Jordan. Tyler, a couple top 10 finishes this season. Finished 6th and 4th in the first 2 races here at the Florida Karting Championship Series. And right now, Jordan going to move up into that 3rd place position. Tyler Jordan. Look at Simon Sykes coming down the front stretch. 9 laps complete this time by. Jason Yarborough looking to gain some ground. Can't get it. He's going to be denied now as the 9 of Jordan going to go right to the inside. And he'll take that spot away from Seve DePinto. Good little battle there coming in that tree turn. So now it'll be Tyler Jordan 2nd, 3rd, Seve DePinto 4th. It'll be Yarborough. 5th, it'll be the 10 of Saraceno in the number 10. We're looking to go 2 laps by. This time it'll be 2 to go. Boy, Simon Sykes, what a run going for this young man. Coming from inside of row number 2. There he is. He'll pick up 2 laps to go this time by. The battle for 2nd as they come off that turn number 8. They're going to shuffle around. Seve DePinto going to try to get a run on the inside. And he'll clear Jordan as they come into turn number 1. Seve back to 2nd. Now here comes Simon Sykes. Gets a good run on the entry to that tree turn. They're side by side as they sweep off that tree turn. And Seve going to hold off Jordan on the entry to the hairpin turn. Jason Yarborough watching some good racing. He may be in the right place there as he runs in that 4th position. So Seve DePinto running 2nd, Jordan 3rd, 4th to lead Yarborough. White flag hangs out for your leader as he comes across the line. There Sykes picks up the white flag. Now they're going to scatter around. Look at this, Seve DePinto and Jordan going to go wheel to wheel. Yarborough now going to go to the inside. So Jason Yarborough now 3rd.
I just got it back.
So Jason Yarborough moves up into that 3rd place position.
Got it?
So final lap as your leader, Simon Sykes, going to come off turn 7. He'll head through the chicane. Simon Sykes with a 4.9 second lead over that 2nd pack of carts. So Simon will pick up the win. There's your leader, Yamaha Sportsman. He'll pick up the win. Here they come as they scatter around off turn number 8 for that 2nd place position. And they'll cross the line. It'll be Seve DePinto picking up that second spot. Third, it'll be Yarborough. Jordan, fourth. Fifth, it'll be Saraceno.
5, 100 for the second.
So there it is, our pre-finals in the books. Your final run this afternoon as we'll get set for our finals. In just a couple of minutes, we'll kick it off with our kit cards. It'll be followed by Rotex Junior. It'll be Tag, Yamaha Junior, Easy Kart 100, Cadet Sportsman, Shifters, Tag Heavy KF2, and Yamaha Sportsman. We'll wrap up our afternoon here at the Ocala Grand Prix. and remove your caps as we welcome in Pastor Rick Barnes with our invocation.
Well, welcome everyone to Ocala Grand Prix. We really appreciate your choosing to spend the day with us here. And we hope that it's a true blessing for you as it is for us that we're seeing you here. So at this time, we would like to go to our Lord in prayer. So if you would, gentlemen, if you'd be so kind as to remove your hats and everyone bow their heads. Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for all the wonderful gifts. Father, we lift up all of our first responders, our military, our firefighters, sheriff. Father, we thank you so much for instilling courage in these brave men and women to do the right thing and to protect us, Lord. We thank you so much for that. Lord, we do pray for our sponsors, our racers, Lord. We ask a special blessing for them as they challenge the course, challenge one another, and challenge the clock. That'll be a true blessing for them. And we also pray for travel mercies for us all. And I love you, and I thank you so much, and I pray this in Jesus' name, amen. And if you would, remain standing for what I consider the greatest song, and absolutely and positively the greatest sport there is, that's racing, our national anthem.
Let's go racing once again. Good afternoon and welcome to the Ocala Grand Prix, race number 3, race day number 2 here with the Florida Karting Championship Series are ready to go. And we'll kick it off with your kid carts, and they'll be up first, followed by Road Tax Jr. Special thanks to Pastor Rick Barnes for sitting in this weekend. We appreciate him here with the Florida Karting Championship Series.
And a good worker.
So, kid kart drivers getting ready to make their way out. Ages 5 to 7, stars of tomorrow here with the Florida Karting Championship Series. Bernardo Junco in the number 1, Matthias Freeberry in the number 5, Lamb Blacker being the number 6, Jordan Hefner in the number 7, Byron Henry in the number 12, Ayrton Orr in the number 27, Gabriel Ramirez in the 28, Jackson Roner in the 54, Trevor Oakman in the 62, Tenzio in the number 369. Those are our kid kart driver stars of tomorrow here with the Florida Karting Championship Series. Again, want to welcome those folks online here at the Florida Karting Championship Series as we get set for our finals of the afternoon. And special thanks to Divine Design, our kid kart driver sponsor. And special thanks to all of our series sponsors, folks at Anderson Race Park. Visit them online at AndersonRacePark.com. Race driver training programs, team building, group event planning, a whole bunch more. Visit them online at AndersonRacePark.com. Special thanks to the folks right here at Ocala Grand Prix, stop number 3 for the Florida Karting Championship Series. One of our series sponsors with the Ride to Drive program here at Ocala Grand Prix, official Tony Card dealer. And you can visit them online at OcalaGrandPrix.com. Special thanks to AAA Sod and Supply for that siding you might need, maybe some new trees, boulders. Got all kinds of landscape supplies, AAA Sod and Supply. Also Divine Designs, embroidery, silkscreen, signs, airbrush, glass etching. Give a call 239-462-3803. Go Designs, we are your source for website design and graphics. You can visit them online at godesigns.us. Special thanks to Pastor Todd Shaw. Visit his website, ontrackministry.com. I want to thank the folks at tsracing.com. That's tsracing.com for all of your racing needs. Visit them online, tsracing.com. Special thanks to Homestead Karting, Tony and the group down there. That was race number 1 for our series. And of course, they have the Ride and Drive program, intro to karting, private group lap sessions, driving schools, private parties, whatever it is. Make it homesteadkarting.net. I want to thank K2 Trophies and Awards for all of your trophy awards needs. You got, of course, racing, baseball, football, fishing, corporate awards. If you need medals, plaques, pins, ribbons, they've got them all. Visit them online at K2Awards.com. Monticello Karting, that'll be race number 4 here for the Florida Karting Championship Series. Visit them online at MonticelloKarting.com. And race number 5, we'll move our way up to the North Florida Kart Club up in Jacksonville. Visit them online at NFKC.us, NFKC.us. Special thanks to Race Sport Karting again, kart sales, service, support, rental. And you can visit them online at race-sport.net. Want to welcome in Cal Development. That's Cal Development, company specialized in construction, new banking facilities, interior built-outs, renovations, and new construction of custom-built homes. Visit them online at caldevelopment.com. Speedcom Communications has all of your racing radio systems, receivers, scanners. You can visit them online at speedcomracing.com. Want to thank the folks at DPISuperstore.com. Check them out. They've got gauges, steering components, wheels, tires, chains, whatever you need. They've got everything that you possibly need. DPISuperstore.com. Want to welcome in Vortex Engines for the 2011 season? Check out their product line at vortex-engines.com. Also want to thank Riser Racing. Rudy, visit them online at riserracing.com. Also want to welcome in PolTechSpeed.com, their brand new sponsor with the Florida Karting Championship Series. Of course, they've got some of their products on display here this weekend. That is PolTechSpeed.com. Roken Racing, visit them any time of the week. Give them a call 239-770-4476. Special thanks to RS Repairs Incorporated, RaceComplex.com, Harvest Motorsports, Ames Sports, Kyle, that's going to be concrete. That'll be special thanks to Connery Concrete helping us out. Of course, Parazino Jig, chassis jig. Got a chassis maybe a little out of whack, maybe just needs a tune-up. Again, the folks right here this weekend, that is Parazino Chassis Jig. And of course, you can pick up all the live timing and scoring off your cell phone. Very low-cost app. You need to download it. Go to race-monitor.com. That's race-monitor.com. Of course, our website, FLWKSprintSeries.com. I want to keep up with all the news, all the point standings, whatever it is. Again, that's FLWKSprintSeries.com. Again, getting ready to roll here for our finals of the afternoon. Kid kart drivers wrapping it up as they cycle around. Stars of tomorrow here with the Florida Karting Championship Series. Youngsters ages 5 to 7. So still to come this afternoon, it'll be Rotex Jr. They'll be up next. They will be going for 16 laps. They'll be followed by tag drivers. They'll go 18 laps. Then it'll be Yamaha Junior Easy 100. That'll be Cadet Sportsman. 26 cars qualified earlier this morning in your cadet class. Shifters, followed by Tag Heavy KF2 and Yamaha Sportsman will wrap it up here, race number 3 at the Ocala Grand Prix, just under half-mile track. And weather-wise, we are sitting about 83 degrees here this afternoon under beautiful blue skies, just a very, very light wind at the Ocala Grand Prix as the kid kart drivers wrapping up their perfect weekend. All the youngsters coming off the track got that right hand up in the air as they exit the track. Those are the stars of tomorrow, and I'll tell you, they start out very well here, and they get some great guidance from John Devine, working with the youngsters and the kid cars. John does an outstanding job.
Hey, Billy.
And again, those are stars of tomorrow. We watched a lot of kids, I'll tell you, watching them come up through the kid card class and move on to many, many other classes and divisions of racing. It's kind of cool to watch the youngsters start out at age 5 and work their way up into some of the other classes. A lot of them moving on to other motorsports in the world of racing. Again, they got a great start here with the Florida Karting Championship Series. So ready to go as your kid carts make their way off the track. Couple drivers going to make their way in. So getting ready to go for our Rotex Junior. This will be our Rotex Junior.
Not an 18-lap race.
Again, Rotex Junior is our set for our first final of the afternoon. Rotex Junior, they'll be going for 16 laps. Oliver Askew. Again, Oliver starting this weekend as your points leader. Couple top two finishes. Finished first at Homestead. And he's on the pole position. Outside row one, Morgan Healy in the 16. Boy, Morgan, early race leader in the pre-final, but she was overtaken by Oliver Askew right around fourth lap. But again, Morgan Healy outside row number one. Row two, Brian Lockwood in the 13, starting fourth, Alex Hornberg. Fifth, it'll be Orson Morales. Sixth, it'll be Jeffrey Lambert. Seventh, it'll be Tim Venable. Eighth, it'll be Sarah Metcalf. And Colin Warren did not start in the pre-final. Again, 16 laps were underway here at the Ocala Grand Prix. Race day number 2, and again, our third series race here. Again, as we work our way to the halfway point for the 2011 season. So welcome those folks in online as they're joining us on the Florida Karting Championship Series website. Well, field going to work their way up turn number 8. Billy Newberg, head flagger, as they'll watch the field come to the straightaway. Row number 1, Oliver Askew. Morgan Healy likes what he sees. Green is out. We're underway. And boy, some side-by-side traffic. One car going to go around. That will be the 12 machine as he goes around. So that'll be Sarah Metcalf going around.
Oh!
Now we got another one going around.
Whoa.
Check on that driver, please.
That was right there at the hairpin turn. Again, we'll get that driver. We'll find out who it is. That was a problem right there, an incident coming off turn 1, then another incident coming into that hairpin turn. So your leader's coming down the front stretch. Again, Sarah Metcalf. And number 12 car going to pick up the tail end of the field. Up front, though, it's Morgan Healy, your leader. Brian Lockwood, second. Orangeburg running third. Oliver Askew, fourth. Colin Warren, fifth. Morales, sixth. Venable, seventh. That'll be Jeffrey Lambert. We're being told now Lambert was their driver going off that hairpin turn. That'll be the 314. Okay.
60 drivers, 10-4, correct? He's good.
So being told Jeffrey is okay. So good news there.
Yeah.
Jeffrey is okay. A little upset there, getting together in that altercation again. Lambert sitting in that 6th place starting position. But up front, your leader's going to work off turn number 2. Morgan Healy, Oliver Askew, Brian Lockwood, Hornberg, Colin Warren, Orson Morales, Venable, and Sarah Metcalf as the field works their way into that hairpin turn. Again, Morgan Healy started outside of row number 1. She charged right into turn number 1 and jumped out to that early lead. The field works their way into that chicane. Now they'll come to the chicane. They'll head off the chicane. With a brand new leader, it'll be Oliver Askew taking over the top spot here in lap number 3. So Oliver Askew, your leader. Morgan Healy going to drop back to second. Lockwood third. Colin Warren fourth. Fifth, it'll be the 9 of Alex Hornberg. Alex running in that 5th place position as the field works their way into that hairpin turn. Oliver Askew up front. When this kid's up front, he usually checks out on the field. And right now, he's got 0.6 of a second lead over Morgan Healy. Morgan Healy picked up the win at Anderson and a 7th place finish at Homestead. A couple top 10 finishes for Morgan Healy right now running second. And your Rotex Junior, again, Homestead Karting. So things tighten up now for second, third, and fourth. Morgan Healy, Brian Lockwood, Colin Warren getting right there in the mix of things as they come into that hairpin turn. Oliver Askew, the 1.2 second lead over that second, third, and fourth place car as they come into turn 6. Morgan Healy with Brian Lockwood trying to get around Morgan as they come through the chicane. There's your leader off of turn 8 down the front stretch. So Oliver Askew continued to open up that gap. Morgan Healy holding on to second. Third, it'll be Lockwood. Fourth, It'll be the 11 machine of Cowan Warren. Healy, Lockwood, and Cowan Warren continue to go nose to tails ahead into that tree turn. 5 laps complete. So it didn't take long for the 38 machine of Al Raskey to take over that top spot. About the 3rd lap, he came across the line, and he was your leader. After starting on the pole, he got shuffled back to 2nd, but he continues to open up a decent lead now. About 2 seconds for Oliver Askew. The battle going to be for 2nd. You got 3 drivers battling for 2 positions for the podium. As those 3 drivers still nose to tail, led by Morgan Healy running 2nd. Lockwood and Cowan Warren nose to tail off of turn number 2. They'll continue to shoot down in the tree turn. Turn 4, still nose to tail. Right now, Morgan Healy about 2.4 seconds behind your leader. Cowan Warren going to make a pass now. He gets around Lockwood. So Cowan Warren now 3rd. So good battle, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th for that final podium position as your leader, Oliver Askew, crosses the line. 7 laps complete this time by. Morgan Healy running 2nd. Cowan Warren now 3rd. Lockwood running 4th. 5th, it'll be Alex Hornberg. Boy, Alex off to not a bad start running 5th, and he's joining those top 2nd, 3rd, 4th place cars as they work their way into the hairpin turn. Alex Hornberg in a Tony Kart. He is currently running in the 5th spot. Alex Hornberg making his first start here in the Rotex Junior class. And sponsored by Homestead Karting. So 8 laps complete. A halfway point. Continue to see Oliver Askew, one of 2 different leaders, took over that top spot lap number 3. And he has not looked back. Right now, he's got a 3.3 second lead over your early leader, Morgan Healy. And Morgan battling a lot of traffic behind her with Cowan Warren, Lockwood, and Hornberg as your leader comes into turn number 1. Solid run, boy, looking for back-to-back podium finishes for Morgan Healy, Cowan Warren, and Lockwood staying right with her as they come into turn number 2. But Cowan Warren getting a good run coming in that tree turn. He's all over Healy as they enter into that hairpin turn. So Morgan Healy with the Cowan Warren staying right on her heels. Got Brian Lockwood right there in the mix of things. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, nose to tail off turn 6. They'll continue to carry that into turn number 7. They're still nose to tail up into the chicane. Here comes your leader. Continue to check out on the field. Oliver Askew heads into turn number 1. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th going to stay nose to tail until I said that. Cowan Warren going to go right to the inside. Going to make the pass on Morgan Healy. Healy going to fight right back and have to get in line on the entry to the tree turn. So Morgan Healy watches as Cowan Warren takes over 2nd. So Cowan Warren now moving up into that 2nd place position. It's been a great battle the entire race for that 2nd place position. With Morgan Healy dropping back to 3rd. 4th, it'll still be Brian Lockwood. Then you got Alex Hornberg rounding out the top 5. 6th, it'll be Morales. 7th, it'll be Metcalf. Venable running 8th. Now Morgan Healy going to be challenged. Brian Lockwood making a big mistake. Going to collect another car. Or Alex Hornberg gets collected. And he slams it into the barriers and he drives off. And Lockwood's going to watch traffic come by. So which was a 4-car battle now for that 2nd place position. Going to shake down the 2 cars. It'll be Cowan Warren, Morgan Healy now going to battle for 2nd. So here in lap number 11. Brian Lockwood tried to stuff it in there and was able to do it on Morgan Healy, and he'll suffer the consequences for that one. So he'll watch as he picks up the tail end of the field. So your running order with 12 laps complete. Oliver Askew, 5.8 second lead over Cowan Warren. Morgan Healy running, 3rd. Morales now 4th. Metcalf 5th. 6th, it'll be Alex Hornberg. 7th, it'll be Venable. Lockwood running 8th. So Brian Lockwood trying to stuff it in there, and lap number 11 was unable to make the pass. Oliver Askew completing lap number 13, 6.3 second lead over Colin Warren. Running third is Morgan Healy. And Morgan Healy looking for back-to-back podium finishes. Locked up the top spot back at Anderson in race number 2. Right now she's running third, trying to run down the 11 machine of Colin Warren. We'll see the white flag for Oliver Askew. There he is, picks up the white flag into turn number 1. And Oliver picked up the top position in lap number 3. So working on your 2 laps to go. This time by, it'll be 2 laps to go. So Oliver Askew again jumped out to that lead in lap number 3, and he has continued to check out with a 6.8 second lead. He's been long gone for Oliver Askew. Colin Warren holding on the second. Morgan Healy looking for back-to-back podium finishes. White flag going to come out this time by. 1 to go for Oliver Askew. There he is. He heads into turn number 1. Colin Warren breaking away now from Morgan Healy. There he is, Colin Warren in the second. Healy running third. Fourth, it'll be Morales. Fifth, it'll be Sarah Metcalf. So Oliver Askew with a 7.4 second lead now as he'll cycle around for the final time. He'll head through the chicane, and here he comes off that final turn, so he will pick up the win. There it is, your Rotex Junior winner, Oliver Askew, picks up the win. Homestead Karting Rotex Junior feature winner goes to Oliver Askew. Colin Warren coming home second. Morgan Healy, another podium finish for Morgan Healy. How about that for Morgan Healy? Back-to-back podiums. Morales coming home fourth. Metcalf fifth. Hornberg sixth. Venable seventh. Lockwood will round out your 8th place card.
Last lap.
So Oliver Askew picking up the win. And Colin Warren coming home second. Morgan Healy third. Morales fourth. Fifth will be Metcalf. Hornberg sixth. Venable seventh. Lockwood eighth. Getting ready for our tag class, a huge class today, 23 cars signed in. And we'll get set to go for your tag class again. They will be going 18 laps. Chris Grepthorpe on the pole. Outside row 1, Nick Rickard. In row number 2, Chase Wilsey in the 22. Andrew Evans starting 4th. 5th, it'll be Nick Neri. Neri setting fast time this morning. He elected to go to the tail end of the field on the pre-final. Made it all the way up to 5th. Jeffrey Amaya 6th. Jonathan Kotite 7th. Brad Sanders 8th. Nathaniel DeWitt 9th. 10th, it'll be Brendan Wells 11th. Armando Aarons will be in the 7X. 12th, it'll be Mike Andrews Jr. Jason Devine will be starting 13th. Mark Thomas 14th. 15th, it'll be Brian Horowitz. Francois Von Weeble in the 07 starting in the 16th position. In the 17th position will be Ann Hayden. 18th, it'll be Jillian Polk. 19th, it'll be Garrett Peterson. 20th, it'll be Brandon Salyer.
Green flag.
Glenn? Wayne doesn't have anybody in this race.
So good looking field of tag drivers getting ready for their 18 lap final. It'll be 18 laps. And Ocala Grand Prix, your senior class sponsor here for the tag class. Some great racers in this field, front to back. Chris Grepthorpe coming out of Lutz, Florida. Chris starting this weekend as your points leader, and he is on the pole position. Sheena Vondra not making it out. She's starting this weekend, second in the point standings. Obviously going to lose some ground. Nick Rickard third in the point standings. Brad Sanders fourth. Michael Melicon fifth in the point standings. And Michael Melicon not in racing action this weekend. Sixth.
Sixth position for Amaya, 4-4, sixth position.
So field coming off that turn number 8 in your tag class, sponsored by Ocala Grand Prix. Good looking field now, so get ready to go green as they'll come down the front stretch. They're looking to go green. No start, so we'll send them around. Got a good looking row number 1, Chris Grepthorpe and Nick Ricker. A couple guys been racing a long time together and running in different divisions, but they have been racing a long time. And Chris Grepthorpe starting today as your points leader. Picked up the victory in race number 1 at Homestead, finished second at Anderson. Again, Nick Rickard had the victory down at Anderson in race number 2, finished 7th at opening of the season down at Homestead. He's in row number 1. Chase Wilsey in the number 22, starting 3rd.
Scoring, go ahead.
Chase making his second start, had an 8th place finish down at Anderson. Did not race at Homestead, but Chase Wilsey starting 3rd. Andrew Evans starting 4th, starting today 7th in the point standings. Had a pretty good turnaround, finished 16th at Homestead, finished 7th at Anderson in race number 2. Andrew Evans, outside of row number 2, got a good shot at a victory here this afternoon. So we're ready to go. Ocala Grand Prix tag class. Billy Newberg going to look him over, likes what he sees, going to let him go. Good battle. Look at this. Nick Rickard going to go to the high side. And he's going to make the pass, going to bring some traffic on the low side with him. Chris Grepthorpe got himself a side-by-side battle with Chase Wilsey as they work their way to the hairpin turn. Along with Andrew Evans, going to mix it up in there. They got some Tony Kart drivers up toward the front quickly as they'll head into turn number 7. Again, Nick Rickard able to gain some ground if he can hold on today in the point standings. And him and Chris Grepthorpe going to shoot down the front stretch. Here they come into turn number 1. Rickard, your leader. Grepthorpe staying right there in second. Wilsey moving up into that 3rd spot. Yeah, and you see that gap now between 2nd and 3rd. Rickard, Chris Grepthorpe, Chase Wilsey. Boy, he's got traffic all over him as they work to the hairpin turn. Wilsey going to drop back to 4th. See those Tony Kart drivers closing up that gap now as they come into turn 6. Yeah, Nick Neri set fast time earlier this morning. Then in the pre-final elected to go to the tail end of the field. He started 23rd in the pre-final, got all the way up to 5th. And he started 5th right here in the pre-final. And Neri now going to move up to 3rd. Wilsey back to 4th. 5th, it'll be the 32 of Jonathan Kotite. So they got a couple of Tony Karts in the top 5. Well, Wamba going out as they came off of turn number 2. So Nick Rickard jumping out to that early lead. So far, he's led every single lap. Now he's got Neri in behind him. So here comes Nick Neri now. He's in the middle of the sandwich. It's Grepthorpe behind him. Chris looks to the inside, gets right back in line. Wilsey, Jonathan Kotite, 4th and 5th. Neri all over Nick Rickard now. A pair of Nicks going into that tree turn. And Neri going to go to the inside. There goes Nick Rickard off the track. So Rickard coming off the track here, lap number 4, and Neri clears him. So here in lap number 4, Nick Neri, now your race leader. Gonna bring Chris Grepdorp with him. As Rickard gonna bail out of the 5 machine. That's it for Nick Rickard. Here in lap number 4. So Rickard led the first 4 laps. Don't believe there have been any contact there. So Nick Rickard out of it. Neri now your leader. Again, Neri starting 5th. And I'll tell you something right now. The way that car's flying, he is ready to check on Chris Grepdorp. So Nick Rickard gonna get the suit off and his day done. Off of turn number 4. Yeah, Nick Neri setting fast time 37.412, 37.412. And here he comes, Neri now down the front stretch as he continues to open up that lead. 9/10 of a second over Grepdorp. Wilsey and a drop back to 4th as Jonathan Kotite moves up to 3rd. So your running order, Nick Neri's taking over the top position. Grepdorp 2nd, Kotite 3rd, Chase Wilsey 4th, Joffrey Amaya now 5th, Sanders 6th, Evans 7th, Nathaniel DeWitt 8th, Wells and Andrews Jr. 9th and 10th. Again, 18 laps. Again, 23 cars taking the green flag. Field working their way around. Nick Neri turning fast time in lap number 7. He just did it, turned to 37.376. So Nick Neri opening up a decent lead now as he'll work off the tree turn, really checking out at Chris Grepdorp. He'll head through the hairpin turn with a 1.4 second lead for Nick Neri. Jonathan Kotite, Wilsey, and Joffrey Amaya top 5. Rest of traffic really stretching out now as Neri heads up to the top of the chicane. He'll come down the chicane, exits the chicane, comes into turn number 8. There's Nick Neri. He'll complete 8 laps this time by. There it is, 8 laps complete. Neri with a 1.6 second lead. He just turned fast time, 37.341. Chase Wilsey going to be contended now with Sanders. So Chase Wilsey going to drop back 1 position.
Yeah, dead battery again? No calls out here.
Right here, Nathan?
So Neri holding on to the top position. Grepdorp 2nd. Jonathan Kotite running 3rd. As traffic continued to stretch out for the field. But again, Nick Neri up front. Here he comes down the front stretch. Again, Chris Grepdorp, he's about to be under the gun as Jonathan Kotite in striking distance. Boy, Joffrey Amaya got some traffic behind him. That'll be Brad Sanders into number 12. Need to go to the... Again, Neri checking out on the field across the line one more time. Again, Jonathan Kotite, keeping on Kotite. In lap number 9, he turned a 37.336. That'll be fast time in this race. And Jonathan Kotite working on Chris Grepdorp. Boy, he's reeled him in on the entry to turn 4. Through that tree turn, and he separates slightly going into the hairpin turn. Jonathan Kotite currently running 3rd. That's about the major battle right there between those 2 drivers. So again, Jonathan Kotite 3rd. Grepdorp running 2nd. Chris about 2 seconds behind your leader. 21 going to retire that cart. That'll be it for the 21. Brian Horowitz. So Horowitz parks to 21. Again, Chris Grepdorp doing an outstanding job on the 32 machine. Jonathan Kotite holding on to that 3rd place position, trying to work around Chris Grepdorp. Grepdorp holding him off. Chris, your 2nd place card. So Grepdorp holding on the 2nd as the field cycles around. Jonathan Kotite has set fast lap with a 37.7336 for Jonathan Kotite. But again, Neri with a 2-second lead over Grepdorp. There's Neri now coming into turn number 1. Grepdorp 2nd. Jonathan Kotite running 3rd. Then you got to get a little battle between Brad Sanders and Joffrey Amaya. That'll be for 4th and 5th. As Sanders gets around Joffrey Amaya. It's a good race in there between those 2 drivers. But again, traffic continuing to really open up now with 12 laps complete. Neri just turned fast lap. Turns at 37.322 for Neri here in lap number 12. So Nick Neri moving right along. There's your leader coming into turn number 1. Neri heads off at turn number 1. Repthorpe running second. Jonathan Kotite running third. Neri heads off at turn number 3. He'll work his way into the tree turn. So Nick Neri with a 2.1 second lead over Chris Grepthorpe. Again, Grepthorpe got a whole bumper full of Jonathan Kotite. Jonathan Kotite staying all over him as they'll work their way into that hairpin turn. So traffic continued to stretch out. Neri up front. Turned at 37.322 for Neri. Here he comes down the front straightaway. Yeah, Jonathan Kotite's able to bring in Chris Grepthorpe, but different story trying to pass him. Good little race there for that second spot. Joffrey Amaya getting around Sanders one more time. So Amaya gets around Sanders. That'll put Joffrey Amaya fourth, Sanders fifth, Jonathan Kotite. In that number 32, currently running third. Boy, a solid run for Jonathan Kotite running third. And again, he's able to bring in Chris Grepthorpe, but he cannot get around him. So there you get across the line. It'll be 15 laps complete this time by 15 laps complete for Nick Neri. There's Jonathan Kotite right on the heels of your second place cut, Chris Grepthorpe. That'll be for second. Good little racer for fourth, fifth, and sixth. Brad Sanders, Joffrey Amaya all mixing it up with Evans in the 127. It'll be fourth, fifth, and sixth. With Amaya fourth, Sanders fifth, Evans sixth. So traffic stretching out. Again, Nick Neri turned fast lap here in lap number 14, 37.303. Did that back in lap number 14. 37.303 for Nick Neri. That card is just moving right along. Joffrey Amaya, Sanders, and Evans. Again, that'll be fourth, fifth, and sixth as they come off turn number 2 pretty well buttoned up. They'll carry that little battle into the tree turn. Francois Bonweevil deep in the field, going to watch traffic come to the inside. That'll be Jason Devine working along with Francois Bonweevil. They're all mixing it up. Some good racing there. That'll be toward the tail end of the field. So traffic working their way around Nick Neri again. Nick with the fast lap here, 37.250. Again, 37.250 for Nick Neri. The white flag going to come out. So Neri checking out on the field. The white flag out. Neri turns at 37.250, lap number 17. So Nick will be looking for that checker flag. There it is. Nick Neri will pick up the win. So Neri, your winner. Coming home second will be Jonathan Kotite, making that pass late on Chris Grepthorpe, Joffrey Amaya, and Brad Sanders rounding out your top 5. Ready to go. This will be Yamaha Junior Easy Kart 100 together. Colin Warren on the pole position. Outside row one will be Cody Snap. It'll be Tim Venable. Yamaha Junior. Skylar Robinson on the pole. Corey Tolles. Ian Tilber. Austin Jordan. Justin Greiner. Sarah Smith. Ashley Rajero. And Eddie Rodriguez. Again, that'll be your Yamaha Junior starters. And Race Sports Karting, special thanks to those folks. Class sponsorship for our Yamaha Junior class. Easy 100, Harvest Motorsports, special thanks to those folks. So two groups as your Easy Kart 100 going to make their way down the front stretch. Billy Newberg going to look them over now as they get ready to go green. Likes what he sees, shows them green. Skylar Robinson going to move up into that top position as he comes off of turn number one. Skylar on the pole position for your Yamaha Junior class, and right now he's up front. He's sneaking up around those Easy Kart 100 drivers. They head through the hairpin turn. Colin Warren won the pre-final by 10 seconds over Cody Snap, and he was untouchable in the pre-final. He's looking to back it up again here. So he'll work his way through the chicane early on. Again, this is your Easy Kart 100 Yamaha Junior class. Again, they'll go for 16 laps as they cycle around. And Ian Tilburn at number 82, he'll move up into the second spot in your Yamaha Junior class. Again, he'll move up to second. Again, Colin Warren had a 37.269. That was his fast lap in that pre-final. This young man, he is just breaking away now in that Easy Kart 100 class. There he is. He shoots down the front stretch. Colin Warren heads into turn number one, opens up a 1.1 second lead. Skylar Robinson, that'll be your Yamaha Junior leader off of turn number two. Skylar Robinson got about a 3-kart length lead into that tree turn over Ian Tilber. Again, starting out at pole, again, Colin Warren. He won that pre-final by 10 seconds. And right now, he opens up a good 1.3 second lead. He continues to get stronger and stronger. Just turned to 37.690. How about that? Colin Warren, 37.690 in lap number 3. Everything holds together. This kid's going to take off into another time zone for Colin Warren. He is breaking away. Great run going for Colin Warren. And Skylar Robinson still holding on to your Yamaha Junior class. He'll work his way through the chicane. He's starting to open up a little bit of gap now between him and Tilber as they come across the start-finish line. Colin Warren turning a quicker time, 37.589. 37.589 for Colin Warren. Warren with a 1.7 second lead over Cody Snap. Tim Venable running third. So traffic stretching out again. Your race leader, Colin Warren, waking a perfect afternoon of this. There's Colin Warren. Heads into turn number one. He just turned to 37.471 in lap number 5. Colin Warren, 37.471. And he opens up a 2.1 second lead now over Cody Snap. Skylar Robinson holding on to the top position. Yamaha Junior driver. Right now, Skylar turning at 39.544. He did that in lap number 4. Fast time for Ian Tilber, 39.549. Tilber doing that here in lap number 5 as the field cycles around. Colin Warren. Now we're going to see a little exchange for that second place position. As they continue to go back and forth, that'll be Cody Snap, Tim Venable switching positions again. I don't think that's right. Is that lap? I think that was lap traffic. No. So again, that was lap traffic in there, so it will be Snap and Venable. Again, that'll be second and third. In your Easy Kart 100 class, there's your leader. Colin Ward headed to turn number 1. Running second, Cody. Snap third. Be the 26 of Tim Venable. Again, that was lap traffic. Again, that 16 card. Again, it is lap traffic. And it is Skylar Robinson, Yamaha leader. Ian Tilber. And you got Corey Tolles, 1, 2, 3. So traffic just floating right along. Colin Warren with a 1.6 second lead over Cody Snap. Tim Venable running third. Again, those are your Easy Kart 100 drivers. Yamaha driver Skylar Robinson continuing to lead that field with Tilber second, Corey Tolles third, Ashley Rogero fourth, Rodriguez fifth, Smith will be sixth. Boy, Skylar Robinson continuing to open up that gap here at the halfway point. Skylar Robinson just under a full second ahead of Ian Tilber. Then again, that'll be your Yamaha Junior class. Yamaha Junior class sponsored by Race Sports Karting. Special thanks to those folks. Easy Kart 100, Harvest Motorsports, sponsoring our Easy Kart 100 class. Well, right now it's a runaway freight train for Colin Warren as he continues to break away. There's Colin in the tree turn. Opens up a 1.8 second lead over Cody Snap. Actually, Cody having some pretty good success. He fell 10 seconds behind your leader in that pre-final. That's the way it ended. But right now, Cody, about 1.8 seconds out of the top position. There's Colin Warren, 10 laps complete, 6 laps to go. 1.9 second lead now, 1.9 second lead for Colin Warren. Pretty well keeping pace, turned to 37.471 in lap number 5. His overall fast time in lap number 5. How about this, Ian Tilber and Corey Tolles. Boy, Corey's reeled him in now on the entry to turn number 2. That little race there, Yamaha Sportsman Battles, they work their way into turn 4 of the tree turn. So Corey Tolles has brought in Ian Tilber. Ian Tilber about 2.5, 3 seconds behind that first place card of Skylar Robinson. And Skylar in the Yamaha Junior class. And he continues to be your leader. There's Skylar Robinson now coming into turn number 1. Skylar running as your leader in your Yamaha class. And Corey Tolles trying to work on Ian Tilber. A couple of good little racers there. So they'll work their way into that hairpin turn with Tilber running second, third. It will be Corey Tolles. Boy, Cody Snap actually shaved a little time off. He clipped off 0.3 of a second on that lap. So Cody Snap 1.7 seconds behind your leader. A little bit of a different story here in your final. Again, Cody Snap finished the pre-final. That was with 12 laps, 10 seconds behind your leader. So Cody's actually hung in there pretty well. And Cody Snap running second, 1.7 seconds behind Colin Warren. We'll see if he can bring him in. Eddie Rodriguez, that'll be lap traffic again as Cody trying to get around Eddie Rodriguez. And they're going to go side by side. Rodriguez not going to give him anything there. Rodriguez not going to give him any slack as he looks back to the inside. So Cody Snap can't get around slower traffic. That'll be Eddie Rodriguez in the 18. Meantime, Ian Tilber, Corey Tolles still battling nose to tails. They work off turn 2 for that second spot in your Yamaha Sportsman class. And here comes your leader heading into turn number 1. Colin Warren, overall leader, Easy Kart 100. Right now carries a 2.2 seconds, so that has definitely hurt Cody Snap with lap traffic. as Cody on that previous lap had gone down to 1.7. Second gap now it's 2.2. So slower traffic getting in the way between Cody Snap and Warren as Cowan continues to motor right along. Skyler Robinson about a 3.5 second lead over Ian Tilber. He's got Corey Tolles working on Ian as they work in the next return. White flag going to come up this time by 1 to go. So final trip going around for Cowan Warren. And Cowan jumping out to that early lead. He's led every single lap. And he carries a 3.2 second lead now as he'll come around. And a Cowan Warren, something breaking on that car to Cowan Warren. He shuts it down right there off the hairpin turn and he bails out. So that'll turn it over to Cody Snap. A tough break for that young man. He had a rocket ship under him, and again, something goes south. Cody Snap will inherit the victory here on the final lap as Cody Snap, a little bit of the right place at the right time, will pick up the victory in the Easy Card 100. Tim Venable will come home second. Colin Warren will be scored third. Not even a half a lap to go. A tough break. Something breaks on the Colin Warren machine. In your Yamaha class, Skyler Robinson will raise the left hand. He'll pick up the win. Ian Tilber coming home second. Corey Tolles picks up third. Not over until it's over. And how about that? A tough break for Colin Warren. Goes all the way to 15 3/4 laps, and he comes off the hairpin turn, and something shuts off on the Colin Warren machine. So Cody Snap will pick up the win. Skyler Robinson, your winner, Yamaha. Tilber second. Tolles third. Corey will pick up that third spot. Ashley Rajero fourth. That's great. Ready for your cadet sportsman, and your cadet sportsman sponsored by GPI Racing. Austin Garrison on the pole, outside row one, Devin Bowerman. Justin Gordon, what a run going for this young man. Hope he'll continue to carry it on. Justin Gordon starting third, fourth will be Tyler Jordan, fifth will be Philip Marner. Aiden Keel starting sixth, Ian Keel starting seventh. Seve DePinto will be starting eighth, ninth it'll be Devin Buteau. 10th, it'll be Sasha Branwivo. Matias Ramirez starting 11th. Livingston 12th. Riley Anderson 13th. Hunter Padilla 14th. Jordan Fowler 15th. 16th. Dylan De Niro. Hunter Folsom starting 17th. 18th, it'll be Joey Metcalf. 19th, it'll be Sarah Haas. Starting in the 20th spot, Jacob Howard. Jason Yarbrough starting 21st. Starting 22nd, James Marsh. Starting 23rd, it'll be Jake Hepper in the number 95. together early on, and took that card out. That card's been very strong here today, but again, we'll have to keep an eye on Jason Yarbrough, so he'll work his way through the field. And Jason Yarbrough starting deep in the field, starting 21st. Austin Garrison, your winner in the pre-final. And that is your current points leader. Couple top 5 finishes. First at Homestead, finished 4th. And Anderson Race Park in race number 2. Devin Bowerman, second in the point standings. Just 10 points out of the top 5 as we work our way into race number 3. Devin Bowerman is second in the third place finish in his first 2 races. Justin Gordon in the 88X, he'll be starting 3rd. Justin currently 8th in the point standings at a top 10 finish at Homestead. He is going to be sitting in row number 2. A pretty good seat for Justin Gordon. Great to see this youngster get up there. And he'll be starting in row number 2. Tyler Jordan starting 4th. In the number 9, Tyler currently 7th in the point standings, 2 top 10 finishes. So ready to go, Cadet Sportsman. Austin Garrison and Devin Bowerman. That's row number 1. Row 2, Justin Gordon, Tyler Jordan. Row 3, Philip Barner, Aiden Keel. In row 4, Ian Keel, Seve DePinto. In row 5, Devin Buteau, Sasha Brian Weibo. Starting 11th will be Ramirez. 12th it'll be Livingston. 13th it'll be Henderson. 14th it'll be Padilla. 15th it'll be Jordan Fowler. 16th, Dylan DeNiro in the number 18. Hunter Folsom starting 17th. Joey Metcalf 18th. 19th it'll be Sarah Haas. 20th it'll be Jacob Howard. Jason Yarbrough starting 21st. James Marsh 22nd. Jake Nepper 23rd. Emily Bodie will be starting 24th. Sarah Sienna will be starting in the 25th spot. And Evan Cowan starting in the 26th spot. Again, and Senzo along with Jason Yarbrough, they got together in that pre-final. And keep an eye on those 2 drivers. So we're looking to go green. It's out. We're underway. Heavy traffic into turn number 1. Cadet Sportsman. So traffic quickly stretching out. Austin Garrison up there in the front. They'll head into the hairpin turn. Keith Organ, the timing and scoring. We have your son up here, timing and scoring. Keith, please come to timing and scoring. So good looking field, the Cadet Sportsman. They'll head down into turn number 1. Austin Garrison, your leader. Devin Bowerman and the 88, Justin Gordon. Boy, Justin Gordon been very impressive here this weekend. Great to see Justin do some great racing right now, running 3rd. A long way to go. 16 lap final. Your Cadet Sportsman. Sponsored by DPI Racing, Cadet Sportsman. Again, Austin Garrison, your points leader, sitting on that top position right now as he works off turn number 8. Some heavy traffic behind your leaders. They continue to work up toward the front. Tyler Jordan, Philip Barner, Aiden Keel, Ian Keel, Seve DePinto, all mixing it up. They try to bring in your leader now as they'll work their way to the hairpin turn. That'll be Austin Garrison. And Ian Keel turning fast time in lap number 2. Keel turns a 41.957. Right now, currently, Ian Keel sitting 7th right now on the track. Boy, Austin Garrison's got this car dialed in now as he shoots down the front stretch. And it's a freight train of traffic as they scramble around for that 3rd place position. Devin Bowerman running 2nd. 3rd, it'll be Justin Gordon. 4th, it'll be Tyler Jordan. 5th, it'll be Philip Barner. 6th, it'll be Aiden Keel. 7th, Ian Keel. All the way back to that 7th place position. Couple brothers doing battle. Austin Garrison just turned fast time with a 41.897. He's led every single lap. Austin Garrison with a 1.7 second lead over Devin Bowerman. Justin Gordon third, Tyler Jordan fourth, Philip Varner in the top 5. Really haven't seen much movement around the rest of that field as they see your leader continue to break away. Look at this freight train of traffic second all the way back as they come into turn number 1. Sasha Brunweevil doing battle there. Sasha in the number 21. Sasha currently running in that 11th place position. Battle with Mayo Livingston and Ramirez in the number 310. Livingston in the 11.
Go ahead.
Austin Garrison, there's your leader coming down the front stretch. That is just a freight train of traffic behind him. Garrison now into turn number 1 with a 2.7 second lead. Devin Bowerman going to be challenged now coming off of turn number 2. Boy, Devin going to hold on to that second spot. Look at this race for third going into that tree turn. Good racing there as those drivers work to that tree turn. That'll be Tyler Jordan, Philip Varner, Justin Gordon mixing it up for third. So 5 laps complete. Your race leader comes right to the top of the chicane, exits off the chicane, heads down to the turn number 8. This young man of Garrison, he is just breaking away now. He'll head into turn number 1. There's Garrison. There you see the gap now. Devin Bowerman running second. In the meantime, Justin Gordon got to say goodbye to that third place position. So Justin Gordon going to drop back there. A good little battle for third as they come into that tree turn. Devin Buteau going to move up to 8th. He'll be right behind Seve DePinto. Seve running 7th. So 6 laps complete. Move over sign going to come out now as your leader comes into that turn number 1. That'll go to the number 1 machine. And Emily Bodie in the number 1 gets the move over sign. Good racing behind your leader, though, as your leader heads into that tree turn. That'll be 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Bowerman 2nd, Jordan 3rd, Aiden Keel, Philip Varner. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Gordon dropping back to 7th. And Justin Gordon dropping to 7th.
Go ahead.
Austin Garrison in lap number 3 turned to 41.897. Garrison, your leader, as he comes down the front stretch, still holding on to that top position. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, all nose to tail. Coming into turn number 2. That'll be Bowerman, Jordan, and Aiden Keel. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, nose to tail. Some good racing out of those drivers. They work their way up into that hairpin turn. Yeah, and Austin Garrison picked up the victory back at Homestead. Finished 4th at Anderson, and right now he's in command. So he works his way through slower traffic, working down the 14 cart of Jacob Howard. Jacob Howard down with the leader right on his heels as they come into that tree turn. There he is now working around traffic. Jason Yarborough trying to work his way up now. 9th for Jason Yarborough. So Jason Yarborough started 21st. He is now running 9th. So Yarborough continued to charge his way up toward the front. And Jason Yarborough started on the pole in that pre-final and had an altercation, took him out. He's currently running 9th. Garrison, Bowerman, Jordan, Keel, and Varner, your top 5. Seve DePinto, 6th. Justin Gordon, 7th. Buteau now running 8th. So Devin Buteau's pretty well been battling in that top 10 position. Right now running 8th. Started 9th for Devin Buteau. So it's Garrison with a 5.1 second lead. He's led every single lap. All the racing behind him with Bowerman, Jordan Keel, and Philip Varner. Boy, Philip Varner, good run going. Philip started 5th, and he continues to run in that 5th place position. 9 laps complete. There's Austin Garrett now. Garrison going to see slower traffic. Got 3 cars ahead of him as they come into that tree turn. Boy, some great racing. Bowerman, Jordan, Keel, Varner, Justin Gordon, Seve DePinto, Devin Buteau, Jason Yarborough. All mixing it up. Boy, some good racing there as they work their way through the tree turn. Austin Garrison just turned a 41.875. He did that back in lap number 9. So looking at timing and scoring, he turns at 41.875 in lap number 9 for your race leader, Austin Garrison. Austin Garrison hung up in some slower traffic there as he comes off turn number 2. Devin Bowerman holding on to that second place. Tyler Jordan trying to get a podium run there. He sits 3rd. How about that? Austin Jordan looking for a podium finish here this afternoon.
FYI, there are half the field one lap down on
Well, correct. That'll be Tyler Jordan in the number 9. That'll be Tyler Jordan in the number 9. That'll be your 3rd place cart. Boy, Tyler Jordan looking to lock up his 3rd top 10 finish. Tyler had a 7th place run at Homestead, finished 8th at Anderson, so this could be his best finish of the 2011 season. For Tyler Jordan sitting 3rd. So Garrison with a 5.5 second lead. Bowerman 2nd. Jordan 3rd. 4th it'll be Varner. 5th it'll be Aiden Keel. Justin Gordon 6th. Buteau 7th. A solid run for Devin Buteau. That one car turning around on the exit of turn number 2. This was to get over there and get that car taken care of.
Go ahead, Ted.
Yeah, traffic continued to stretch out. Right now it's a 6.4 second lead for for Austin Garrison over Devin Bowerman. A great race in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Continue to go nose to tail. Working on our final 2 laps to go. 2 more circuits around. It's been a runaway freight train. Austin Garrison started on the pole and really has never been contended at all. All the racing behind him as Garrison picks up the white flag. He's off into turn number 2. Look at this battle for 2nd place coming down into turn number 1. Got some lap traffic in there. Lap traffic trying to work around it again as your 2nd and 3rd place car's going to move around. And I see some movement going on. Tyler Jordan, Devin Bowerman moving around as they'll work their way into the hairpin turn. Good battle for that final podium position. Varner still right there in the mix of things. So Varner looking to get on that final podium position.
2nd car to you.
Meantime, here comes the checker flag. Here it is. Garrison goes wire to wire. There's your winner. And he'll leave Ocala, continue to hold on to that points lead. Battle coming up for 2nd place. Here they come across the line. They'll cross the line. They'll pick up 2nd.
Go ahead.
So Bowerman coming home 2nd. Philip Varner picks up 3rd. Tyler Jordan 4th. 5th it'll be Keel. Gordon 6th. Yarborough 7th. DePinto coming home 8th. Again, we'll get your full rundown. But again, Austin Garrison picking up the win. What did she just fucking do here? oh man. Ah, why don't you take all my fucking papers? Yeah, those go there, but I got this for my fucking writing. God dang it. Mm,
Got a mic off.
it is. Ugh.
Fucking off.
So your cadet sportsman, Austin Garrison, picking up the win. Devin Bowerman coming home second. Philip Varner picks up third. Tyler Jordan fourth. Aiden Keel fifth. Justin Gordon will be sixth. Seventh, it'll be Jason Yarbrough coming all the way for the 21st starting position. Seve DePinto, 8th. Sasha Braunwebo, 9th. And Mayo Livingston rounding out your top 10. That'll be your cadet sportsmen. Your shifter carts, you're on the grid, you're up next. Tag heavy, KF2 to the grid. Yamaha Sportsman to the grid. Your shifter driver is going to make their way out. Nick Nary, your stock moto driver. Nick, overall winner in your ICC class, Chase Wilsey, will be outside row number 1. Masters will be Chad Waldron. Tim Bell, master driver. Tim in the number 3. Michael Reed in a 40. Chris Greptorp, ICC driver. Damon Roner, your Masters driver. Again, 7 drivers, 3 different divisions here in your shifters. Again, your shifter driver is going to go 18 laps, so see the red flag as they'll come down the front stretch. Again, row number 1, Nick Neary. Nick in the stock moto. Chase Wilsey will be outside row number 1. Row 2, Chad Waldron, Tim Bell. Row 3, Michael Reed and Chris Greptorp. Damon Roner will be in the number 25. He did not start the pre-final. So Billy going to raise the left arm. He'll raise it up to the sky. Looking to go green. He shows them they're off the line. Greptorp going to wobble a little bit. He's going to try to make it 3 wide off the green flag, and he goes wide, and he clears them. Gets around 2 drivers. Crossed right over off that line. And he'll work his way into that hairpin turn as your leader.
They cleared check 10 minutes ago.
So there's your leader, Chris Greptorp again. Chris, your ICC driver, again, takes over the top spot, gets around Chase Wilsey and Nick Nary.
Roger that.
Again, you have 3 different classes, ICC. You've got Masters and Stock Moto. And Greptorp, your ICC driver into turn number 1. Wilsey second. Moving up to third, that'll be the 14 of Chad Waldron.
Okay, Yamaha Junior cleared to 251. Go ahead.
So Chris Greptorp cycling around as he'll work his way to the start-finish line. Hands down into turn number 1. Chris Greptorp, your leader. And Chase Wilsey, that'll be your second place car. Chad Waldron, again, Masters driver. So Chris Greptorp turning a 36.442. Now it turns a 35. That'll be Nick Nary turning a 35.982 for Nick Nary. Again, Nary running in a top position right now in your stock moto class. And Chris Greptorp working his way through that chicane. Now to come off that turn number 8, he'll work his way down the straightaway. Greptorp, your ICC driver. Nick Nary running second overall. That'll be your stock moto driver. Running third, Chase Wilsey, ICC driver. Your Masters leader, Chad Waldron. Again, that'll be your Masters leader. Again, Nary turning to 35.982. He did that in lap number 3. Chris Greptorp, fast time 36.108. Not sure what happened to Chris Greptorp, but he is shut down. You see Chris Greptorp now crawling down the front stretch. So something gone sour on Chris Greptorp. He was your leader in your ICC class, and he's going to retire the 79. So Greptorp done here in lap number 5. So something gone sour at Chris Greptorp in your ICC class. So that'll turn into Wilsey now. Will take over the lead in the ICC class. So Nick Nary, your stock motor leader. Wilsey, your shifter ICC driver. And Masters is Chad Waldron. Again, Nary turning at 35.767 in lap number 5. Chase Wilsey turning to 36.203. That'll be a 36.203 for Wilsey. That'll be your ICC leader. Chad Waldron in the Masters will turn to 36.385. 36.385 for Chad Waldron. So traffic stretching out. Neri again turning fast lap here in lap number 7. 35.736 for Neri. Just did it here in lap number 7. So working on our shifters. 18 laps. ICC shifter sponsored by Connery Concrete. Shifter Masters, Orlando Kart Center. And traffic really stretching out now. 8 laps complete in Erie. Just turned to 35.654. 35.654 for Neri. Just turned that here in lap number 8. So Nick continued to get quicker and quicker here in that stock moto class. So Neri your leader, stock moto. Shifter ICC will be Wilsey. Masters will be Chad Waldron. Chad Waldron, your leader in the Masters class. So halfway this time by, there's Neri. He'll pick up the halfway sign. And Neri, your one and only stock moto driver here at the halfway point. He continues to show the way. ICC leader Chase Wilsey. Masters, it'll be Chad Waldron. Running second, the Masters will be Bell. Reed runs third. Chris Krepthorpe dropping out lap number 5 after being your early overall leader. Leading the ICC class, something gone sour on that machine in lap number 5 for Chris Krepthorpe. '14 machine, Chad Waldron exits off of turn number 2. Again, that'll be your Masters leader. With 10 laps complete. Yeah, Nick Neri up front. Overall leader, stock moto leader, Nick Neri. There's Neri now coming into turn number 1 and completing 11 laps this time by. Wilsey running second. That'll be your ICC driver. And Chad Waldron, that'll be your Masters leader. Chad exits off of turn number 2. Neri in lap number 11 just turned to 35.635 for Neri. Turned to 35.635 for Neri. So Neri going to come down the front stretch. You'll see the move over sign coming down for the number 40 of Reed. So Reed watches, gives Neri plenty of real estate to clear. Neri gets around him off of turn number 2. Well, Nick Neri moving right along. Your stock motor leader, ICC leader, Wilsey. Chad Waldron is your leader in the Masters class. There's Neri now on the entry to turn number 1. 13 laps complete, 5 to go. Shifter cars continue to stretch out here in lap number 13. Yeah, tag heavy KF2 coming up next. They'll be followed by Yamaha Sportsman. Will wrap it up here in race number 3 at the Ocala Grand Prix. A move over flag going to come on now for the number 3 machine of Bell. He's got Neri sneaking up on him. Again, Bell in the Masters class. Neri, your stock moto driver. So Neri going to come up on Bell as they come into that hairpin turn. Neri closes up on a Bell. He'll go right to the inside. Bell gives him plenty of room to get by. So Neri gets around Bell. Again, Bell running in your Masters class. And Nick Neary right now up front in your stock moto. ICC leader we'll see in your Masters. It'll be Chad Waldron. Running second in the Masters, it'll be Bell. Third, it'll be Reed. Fourth, it'll be Roner, who never did take the start.
All right, how about you to go next time? Your leader is 5-1.
Nick Neary just cruising right along. We'll pick up 2 laps to go. Next time Neary comes to the start-finish line. So Neary will see double sticks this time by 2 to go for Nick Neary as he heads into turn number 1. And your leader, Chase Wilsey in the ICC class. Here comes your leader, Chad Waldron. Now he'll pick up 2 laps to go. That'll be your Masters leader. That'll be Chad Waldron. He picks up 2 laps to go. So Nick Neary, overall leader. Turns a 35.635 in lap number 11. That is quick for Neary. Not quite as fast as the fast time in that pre-final. In his pre-final, Neary turned a 35.529. And he'll pick up the white flag. So 1 to go for Nick Neary. As he cycles around, Neary going to head in that hairpin turn. Wilsey holding on to the top spot. ICC shifter class. And a Chad Waldron is your leader in the Masters. So Nick Neary looking to cycle around, looking to lock up the win. And Neary picking up the victory in that pre-final. And he'll see the win. So Neary, your winner in the pre-final, picks up the victory here in the final stock moto. Chase Wilsey will pick up the ICC win, and the Masters will go to Chad Waldron. So there it is, your shifters in the books. Yamaha Sportsman to the grid. Rolling up next, your tag heavy KF2 drivers in the KF2 class. Down below to your pole sitter, outside row 1, Danny Kaleli. Tag heavy will be Michael Sachs starting 3rd overall. 4th, it'll be Dan Pinkston. Again, Pinkston actually starting 2nd, your tag heavy. 3rd, it'll be Lander. 4th, it'll be Ken Howland. 5th, it'll be Soto. Starting 3rd in the KF2, it'll be Chad Maddox. 4th, it'll be Tom Murray Jr. John Dalton, tag heavy driver to 911. David Tenney in the 66 to be their tag heavy driver. Ready to go 16 laps. Two groups again, KF2 along with your tag heavy looking to go green as they'll come down the front stretch. Only Newberg going to look him over. He don't likely see, so he'll hang out the yellow, so we'll bring him around one more time. Billy not happy with EC, sends the field around. Andy Kaleli in at number 24, the outside of row number 1. Field going to head their way through the chicane, getting ready to go. 16 laps, KF2 along with tag heavy. Billy Newberg going to look him over now, so they'll work their way side by side. Billy going to look him over on the entry to turn 1, shows them the green. We're underway. Danny Kaleli gets a pretty good run to the high side. He'll crisscross over. So Danny Kaleli in your KF2 class going to be the early leader, and heavy traffic into that tree turn. Now Kaleli going to bounce back at least 3 positions. There's a little rub in there, so Danny will drop back overall at least 1 or 2 positions down as they come to the hairpin turn. So there's traffic now working their way through the chicane for the very first time. And Danny Kaleli doing battle. Look at this, traffic scattering all over as they work their way to the start-finish line into turn number 1. Tom Bodie up front, Tom, your leader. Again, that'll be your KF2 driver. Pinkston is your tag heavy driver as he holds on to that top position coming into that tree turn. So again, your KF2 leader, Tom Bodie, your Pinkston. Pinkston is your tag heavy leader. Tom Bodie, Tom again picking up the win in that pre-final. And right now he's up front as he comes into turn number 1. Michael Sachs going to move up into that second spot. That'll be your tag heavy. So overall, that'll be your second place card. Overall leader in the tag heavy. That'll be Sachs. Pinkston running second tag heavy. Third, it'll be Lander. That's your top 3 in the tag heavy. Running through the KF2 class, Tom Bodie, your leader. Kaleli running second. Third, it'll be Tom Rory Jr., top 3 in the KF2 class. And Tom turning fast time with a 39.426. And right now he's up front as he heads into turn number 1. So working on our second to last group of cars here this afternoon, tag heavy KF2. Tom Bodie continued to show the way again. Tom started on that pole in the KF2 class. And right now he's led every single lap. If he comes off turn 8, he'll work his way down the straightaway. All right, now Tom up front of that second place car to Danny Kaleli by 2 seconds. That'll be your KF2 class. Tag heavy, it's still Sachs, Pinkston, and Lander. 1, 2, 3. Again, that is in your tag heavy class. Now I got one cart shutting it down on the front stretch. I believe that'll be Dalton in the 911. Again, that'll be your tag heavy driver, Dalton. So Dalton going to bail out of the 911.
Thank you.
The rest of the traffic continuing to stretch out. Danny Kaleli trying to gain some ground. Danny right now moves up into that third spot. Excuse me, second in the KF2 class. So Danny Kaleli second in the KF2 class. Oh, we're going to drop back down to third. Excuse me, that'll be third in the KF2 class. So running the two classes together, KF2 tag heavy. Bodie, boy, there's Tom now working his way into turn number 1. And Danny Kaleli, again, now Danny going to take over that second place position in the KF2 class. As he is locked into that second place position. Running third, Morey Jr. Fourth, it'll be Maddox. Again, those are your KF2 drivers. In the tag heavy class, it'll be Sachs, your leader. Pinkston running second. Lander third. Satterley fourth. Fifth, it'll be Soto. Sixth, it'll be Metcalf. Off the track is Dalton and Holland. Bodie, there's your leader off of turn number 1. So 8 laps complete right there at the halfway point. 8 down, 8 to go. Tag heavy KF2. Seen one leader in your KF2 class. Tom Bodie continue to show the way there. Michael Sachs, your tag heavy leader. Both of those drivers on every single lap in their respective classes. Again, Sachs running in the tag heavy with Pinkston and Lander running second and third tag heavy. Boy, Satterley just making a pass on Lander coming through turns 1 and 2. Satterley gets to the inside of Lander. So that'll put Satterley into the third place position in tag heavy. That'll put Satterley third in the tag heavy class. So Tom Bodie moving right along. There's Tom coming down the front stretch. Michael Sachs moving right along. He started on the pole for the tag heavy class, started third overall in both classes. But again, Sachs continued to move right along. Got about a full second lead over Pinkston here with 10 laps complete, 6 to go. And Danny Kaleli running second KF2. Tom Morey Jr. running third in the KF2 class. Running through your tag heavy, it's Sachs, Pinkston, Satterley 1, 2, 3. Lander running 4, Soto 5th, Metcalf 6, Dalton running 7th. 8th will be Ken Howland, Dalton and Howland both off the track. In the KF2 class, Tom Bodie's led every single lap. Kaleli running second. Morey Jr. running third. At fourth, it'll be Chad Maddox in the number 7. Those will be your KF2 drivers. Morey Jr. working on Danny Kaleli. Got a good nose-to-tail battle on the entry to that tree turn. That race there for second. As Tom staying right on Danny Kaleli as they work into the hairpin turn. Good battle for second KF2 class. They'll come to the top of that hairpin. They'll come down the hairpin. They'll work their way to turn number 6. They'll come off turn 6. Again, that's the battle for second KF2. Right now, Danny Kaleli 1.8 seconds behind your leader. Good nose-to-tail battle for second. Danny Kaleli going to protect that line as he comes in turn number 1. Tom Morey Jr. cannot do anything with that. Sachs holding on to the lead tag heavy. Sachs about a 2-second gap now ahead of Pinkston, so he's picked up some time, about 1.7 second lead for Sachs in the tag heavy class. Tom Morey Jr. in the KF2 class turned fast lap, turned to 38.450. So both Tom Odie, your KF2 drivers led every single lap so far. In the tag heavy, it's been Michael Sachs leading wire to wire. Chad Maddox going to retire here in lap number 14, takes it in the pits. Well, that'll be it for Chad Maddox, retires that card. And Chad coming out of the KF2 class. So white flag going to hang out. We'll set him around one more time. Tom Odie moving right along. Danny Claley second. Tom Rory Jr. That battle continued to go on for second place between those two drivers. Good little battle there. Danny Claley holding them off. Tag heavy continued to be Sachs running away with it now. Sachs opens up almost a 3-second gap. Well over 2.5 seconds for your leader in the tag heavy of Sachs. Checker flag in hand. Tom Bodie going to go wire to wire in your KF2 class. Danny Claley going to hold on to second. Third, it will go to Tom Roy Jr. Tag heavy will be Sachs picking up the win. Pinkston coming home second. Satterley going to run out your top three. So get ready to bring out your Yamaha Sportsman, our final event of the afternoon. Special thanks to George and the entire crew here at the Ocala Grand Prix. I know these guys have been busy the last few weeks with the Florida Winter Tour and wrapping it up here this weekend with the Florida Karting Championship Series. Special thanks to all his folks helping us out. And special thanks to all of our board members and directors here at the Florida Karting Championship Series. Todd Covey, our president. Special thanks to Todd. Special thanks to Victor Evans, Vice President, Treasurer, Dwayne Bryant, Susie Saylor, your Secretary, Krause, Two-Cycle Junior, John Devine, Two-Cycle Senior Class, Brian Slants, of course, our prayers and thoughts with Brian. Deeply missed here this weekend. Race Director, Glenn Biggs, special thanks to Glenn Biggs. And Flagman Billy Newberg, special thanks to Billy. Jonathan doing a great job at the grid as always. Appreciate Jonathan's hard work at the grid. Joanne at Scales, of course. Special thanks to Rick Barnes, Pastor Rick Barnes this weekend. Thanks to Gary, our webmaster. Charlene Devine in registration. Susie, of course, helping out in registration. And Liz Miles helping us out in scoring. Of course, Carl Rickard helping us out in timing and scoring, making it all possible to get us on the web. Special thanks to Carl Rickard. And special thanks to Edie Evans helping us out here as a track photographer. And special thanks to all those folks really helping out. And, of course, special thanks to all of our racers making it possible. Checking in with about 249 cards that registered here today and this entire weekend. So, again, special thanks to all those folks again. But, again, thanks to the drivers, all the parents, crew members making it out here. We really couldn't do it without you. And it's been a great, great weekend as we close in on the halfway point here at the Florida Karting Championship Series. And we'll be moving up to the northern part of the state of Florida coming up in the month of May, which will be race number 4. That'll be May 13th to the 15th at Monticello. That'll be coming up. Race number 4. A huge track, a big facility up there in Monticello. That'll be coming up May 13th through the 15th. And special thanks to all of our sponsors helping us out here in the 2011 season. An outstanding job, folks, here at the Ocala Grand Prix, Anderson Race Park, Cal Development, Place Sod and Supply, DPI Racing, North Florida Kart Club, TS Racing, Vortex Engines, Homestead Karting, Harvest Motorsports, Race Sports Karting, On Track Ministry, Speedcom, Anderson Race Park, RS Repairs, Annery Concrete, Go Design. Special thanks to those folks, Go Designs. Also, Roken Racing. I want to thank all the folks at Roken Racing. Of course, special thanks to Riser Racing. I want to thank the folks here at PoleTechSpeed.com. Special thanks to those folks joining us here this weekend at the Ocala Grand Prix. Speedcom, Ocala Grand Prix, all those folks helping us out and making it possible here for the 2011 season. So getting ready to roll out now as we get set to go for our Yamaha Sportsman class. Looking to go green, Yamaha Sportsman, Simon Sykes on the pole, Seve DePinto outside row 1, Jason Yarborough, Tyler Jordan row 2, Central Saraziano row number 3 with Jordan Fowler, and Matias Ramirez as we're under green, final event of the afternoon, Yamaha Sportsman. And they'll go 16 laps. Yeah, an outstanding race weekend for all of our drivers here. Of course, all the kid car drivers doing an outstanding job. Again, John Devine doing an outstanding job working with those kids in our kid cars class. And again, they'll be up at the podium here once we conclude racing. Again, John doing an outstanding job with the youngsters ages 5 to 7. Again, special thanks to Divine Design, our kid cars sponsors, as the kids will get ready to be on the podium here in just a couple minutes. Final event of the afternoon. Again, Simon Sykes picking up the victory in that pre-final, had it 6.2 second win over Seve DePinto. So we'll see how that shakes down. Right now you got a 4-car shootout as they come down the front stretch to complete lap number 2. Simon Sykes up front. Jason Yarborough going to stay right there in third as they come off of turn number 2. It'll be Simon Sykes, Seve DePinto, Jordan will drop back to fourth as Yarborough moves up to third. So good 4-cart battle as they work their way into that hairpin turn. And final event of the afternoon, Yamaha Sportsman. And special thanks to TSRacing.com, our sponsor here for our Yamaha Sportsman class. Simon Sykes right now with about a 0.3 of a second lead over second place Seve DePinto. Yarborough third, Jordan fourth. There's your 4 cars off the tree turn. Saraceno running fifth at about 5.9 seconds behind your leader. Fowler running sixth. Ramirez not making the start, so Ramirez did not make the start.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
So again, no change up front. Continue to see Simon Sykes with about an 0.8 of a second lead now. So Simon Sykes continue to open up that gap. Running second, Seve DePinto. Third, it'll be Yarborough. Fourth, it'll be Jordan. Fifth, Saraceno. Fifth, it'll be Fowler. Fowler fifth. Ramirez did not make the start. Yeah, no change in the running order. There's your leader. Simon Sykes into turn number 2. Simon now with about a 9/10 of a second lead. So he continues to get stronger as the laps tick off. The battle now for second. Seve DePinto keeping the heat on Yarborough as they come into that hairpin turn. Good racing for second. We'll see if Seve DePinto can make that pass on Yarborough. And 5 laps complete, 16-lap final. Yamaha Sportsman. And Simon Sykes starting out at pole position again. He won that pre-final. Won that by 6.2 seconds over Seve DePinto. now Seve. And Yarbrough going to flip-flop for position as Jason Yarbrough gets into that second place position. So Yarbrough making the pass on Seve DePinto. Good racing there for second as Jason Yarbrough now second. Seve will drop back to third. That'll be it for the number 10. Excuse me, that'll be the 70 of Fowler going to retire that card. So Fowler retires the 70. Jason Yarbrough running second. Seve DePinto third as they shoot down the front stretch. Trying to bring in your leader, Sykes. They're 1.1 seconds behind your leader. Boy, look at Seve DePinto going to crisscross over for second as he gets it away. Nice move there by Seve DePinto. So Seve crosses over coming off of turn number 1. Simon Sykes with a 41.934 overall fast lap. He did that back in lap number 4. And he's up front as he'll exit off turn number 8. He'll work down the straightaway. There he is. He'll pick up the halfway sign. 8 down, 8 to go. One and only leader, Simon Sykes, moving right along. Carrying a 1.8 second lead. Look at this battle. Seve DePinto, along with the 24 Jason Yarbrough, they continue to go nose to tail. Both those drivers trying to lock up a podium position. You got 3 drivers fighting for 3 spots. Excuse me, for 2 spots, second and third on the podium. DePinto, Yarbrough, and Jordan. That'll be it for the 10. Saraceno going to retire that card, so the 10 in behind the wall. Senzo Day is done. Boy, great battle. That'll be second, third, fourth. Along Yarbrough, Jordan, and Seve DePinto. They are tightened up now as they come through that hairpin turn. Great racing there. So you got 3 drivers battling for 2 positions on that podium as Simon Sykes continues to break away from the field. Again, 3 cars battling for 2 spots on the podium. All going on between Seve DePinto, Yarbrough, and Jordan. Jordan staying right there on the tail end of that second pack of carts. A little bit of a warning there. I believe that's on the 14. The 24 will correct that warning coming out on the 24 of Jason Yarbrough. As they are tight. Look at this battle coming into that turn number 4, that tree turn. A little bit of bumping going on there between Yarbrough, Seve DePinto, and Jordan as they'll work their way to the hairpin turn. And Simon Sykes continue to check out on the field. Simon with a 2.6 second lead. And he's got 11 laps complete when he comes across the start-finish line. That'll complete it. 10 laps complete, 6 laps to go. Now it'll be 11 laps complete. And great battle there. Look at this, Seve DePinto. They're going to watch Yarbrough stay up into that second spot. Great racing there. Second, third, and fourth. 2 positions open on the podium. Who will end up getting them? Keep an eye on Jordan. Again, Tyler Jordan running 4th. So your 4 remaining drivers are on the track. Again, it's been Simon Sykes with a 3-second lead. Running second, Yarbrough. Third, it'll be DePinto. Jordan running 4th. Here comes Simon now. He'll work his way to the start-finish line. Heads down into turn number 1, completing lap number 12. He'll exit off of turn number 2 with a 3.6 second lead over Jason Yarbrough running second. Seve DePinto all over. Now Seve going to cross over. Side by side going into turn number 3. And Seve will have the advantage over Yarbrough. He'll take over second. So Seve DePinto now second one more time. Jason Yarbrough third. Fourth, it'll be Jordan in the number 9. So We'll be working on our final 2 laps next time by Simon Sykes. Opens up a 4.3 second lead for Simon Sykes. Simon Sykes, 4.3 second lead. And the battle for second place, Seve DePinto, Yarbrough, and Jordan all battling. 3 cars for that final 2 spots on the podium, and it's going to come down to that last lap as they're still nose to tail, second, third, and fourth through the chicane they come. Here comes Simon Sykes, 2 laps to go, this time by Simon Sykes into turn number 1. Heads into turn number 2 with a 5.2 second lead. Yarbrough being challenged on the entry to turn number 1. Going to hold on to that inside. And Yarbrough will come off turn number 2 in second as he fights off Seve DePinto and Jordan into turn number 4. Great battle for that second spot. Again, with just 2 positions open on that podium, as long as Sykes cycles around one more time. So Jason Yarbrough, Seve DePinto, along with Jordan. That is Kyler Jordan in number 9. Great battle for second. Sykes will pick up the white flag. There he is. A runaway freight train. Again, another solid run for Sykes. Here they come, drag race, side by side. For that second place position, here comes Seve DePinto on the entry to turn 1. He'll take it away. Jordan goes right with him for third place. So now Jordan running third. So Seve DePinto second, Tyler Jordan third, Yarbrough now running fourth. They'll work their way up the top of the hairpin. The battle for second. Again, just 2 positions open on that podium. As Simon Sykes works his way to the checker flag, Sykes will pick up the win. Here comes the battle for that final spot on the podium. Tyler Jordan sitting third. He looks good now as they come off that final turn. So Seve DePinto comes home second. Tyler Jordan gets to the podium. And Yarbrough going to pick up that 4th spot. So again, those folks join us online. We'll be back at Monticello. That'll be in mid-May. Again, you want to stay online to the website at FLWKSprintSeries.com. Keep up with all the point standings, or schedule, whatever's going on here with the series. Hopefully you enjoyed the race number 3 weekend here at the Florida Karting Championship Series of the Ocala Grand Prix. Again, with the entire staff here at the Florida Karting Championship Series, I'm Tony Monica. Again, we'll talk to you coming up in the month of May from Monticello. Good day, everybody.